Well, hi, friends. I'm Emily Lay, and you're listening to the Simplified podcast. If you're looking to simplify your life and organize your home, then you are in the right place. Every week, I invite you to explore practical ways to organize and automate the complicated parts of life so you can focus on what truly matters most. When the lights flip off, why do the worries always flip on? Maybe because we spent the hour before bed scrolling Taylor Swift TikToks instead of giving our brain a chance to slow down. It's me. Hi. Getting your brain to slow down at night is hard. I get it. That's why I can't wait to put my latest book called Near in the Night into your hands on October 17th. From one anxious nighttime girly to another, I hope these 100 short stories, truths, and reflections give your heart and mind the break they deserve at the end of every day. You can pre-order your copy of Near in the Night at emilylaybooks.com or at your favorite book retailer today. Welcome to October, friend. Can you believe we've made it all the way here? Didn't we just have Christmas like 2 months ago? Anyway, when October arrives, I always feel like the holiday pistol has fired, and now I'm going to be sprinting until basically January. Do you ever feel that way? This time of year has so much to offer us. It has so much to offer us. Good stuff, of course, but it can get pretty overwhelming pretty fast. That's why this holiday season, Simplified, is going to come alongside you and help you ease your mental load. We're going to show you how to make your holidays fun, but simple. So simple. And we're going to remind you to take care of yourself in the small, doable ways that make a big difference. I want you to be able to enjoy yourself this holiday season. And that means making sure your season stays easy and light and that you're taking time to care for yourself. And so today, I'm going to meet you where you are. I want to talk about one of the best times of the year, spooky season. So when I was a kid, for many years, my mom made my costumes. I am not a costume maker person. My mom was, though. One year, she made me a Dalmatian costume. And if she's listening to this, she's probably laughing because she and I are both thinking of the same picture of me in kindergarten with my little white tights and my little white shirt and my little, I think it was a little black skirt. And then I had Dalmatian ears on that she made from cardstock. And then I had little black spots all over me. And I was basically the cutest thing ever because how cute is a kindergarten Dalmatian, right? So spooky season is awesome. Just like Albanese gummy bears are awesome. But you know what? I can go from just enough gummy bears to too many gummy bears in about 2 seconds flat. The same goes for Halloween and fall festivities in general. I can easily put too much stuff into my spooky season, too many obligations, too much responsibility, not enough margin or breathing room or time to just enjoy it all. So I sat down to think about how we can take some of the stress out of all things Halloween, whether you have little bitty ones or you're just enjoying the season with your grown-up people. And I think we can do this, you guys. I think we can simplify our spooky seasons with minimal effort and still have a lot of fun. This episode is going to be short and sweet, you guys, so stay with me here. There are 7 ways you can simplify your spooky season and make it a bit more stress-free. Number 1, decide what matters most to you and your family during spooky season, because when it comes to activities, there's so much to choose from this time of year. All the hay rides, all the festivals, all the apple picking and pumpkin carving, all the spooky treat making and eating, all the block parties and class parties and church parties and random friend costume parties. It is like a fire hose of activity on top of all your normal stuff, which already feels like a stretch if we're being really honest. I know you can't control everything that comes into your schedule. Sometimes you have to go to that last minute party, but you don't have to do all the things. You can minimize the stress that comes with a random activity flying onto your calendar, and you do that by making margin on your calendar in the first place. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm taking my own advice here. Listen, you are one person. You have limits, and so does your family. You guys cannot do every single activity and live your lives as healthy, happy people. That's why, if you haven't done this already this weekend, I want you to decide what's important to you guys the most during the fall season. Do you love watching Halloween movie marathons with your sister? Do you love making pumpkins out of Rice Krispies and mummies out of sugar cookies and bats out of Oreos? Does your friend have a killer costume party every year with a different theme that you just cannot miss? Then decide you're going to make time for it. Simple as that. Is it annoying that sometimes you have to decide what matters ahead of time so you don't drown in a sea of obligations? Yes, it is. Is it annoying that you have to explain to your kids that sometimes you can't do everything you want to do? It definitely is. But in order for you to enjoy this season, you have to make room in your life to enjoy it. Because if you cram a bunch of stuff onto your schedule and expect yourself to be able to thrive and be a person in the middle of it all, it's not fair, especially to yourself. So help yourself succeed as much as you can by giving yourself and your calendar the space to breathe. And when you do that, you're able to enjoy what you do have time on your calendar for even more. Number 2, make a plan. Choose when you're going to do all the fall things. Deciding what matters to you is one thing, but next you need to make a plan to do the things. That'll bring you some peace of mind. So first, pull out your calendar. Look at your next few weeks. Choose dates for that movie marathon or dessert decorating. If there's a party you can't miss, ask the host when it is so you can go ahead and pencil it in on your calendar. Very simple, very doable. Then break down everything you need to do for that event into baby steps and delegate tasks if you can. For example, for your dessert decorating party, who's hosting? Are you guys choosing what to make ahead of time? Or are you going to combine pantries and see what you have to come up with fun stuff on the fly? Who is picking up decorating supplies? Ask all the little questions so you can put the frenetic thoughts of, ooh, I wonder who's getting the baking supplies out of your mind. Side note, I am planning with 2 other moms 2 third grade Halloween class parties, and your friend in all of this is Google Sheets. Get a Google Sheet, open it up, make a section for decorations, make a section for who's bringing what, make a section for snacks, but like put it in a Google Sheet and thank me later. Plus, you can come back to this for next year's Halloween parties, right? Okay. Side note, I think it would be so fun to do a podcast all about being a room mom or a team mom or like a whatever party organizer, because there's like some skills that come along with that. This year I signed up, so I somehow, speaking of margin, I don't know how this happened, but I'm team mom for the football team and I'm room mom, co-room mom for 2 third grade classes. I digress. Okay, listen, enjoying holiday magic is super fun, but there is some work that goes into it. Just look at the questions we had to ask ourselves for one fun activity. With that in mind, here is what I want you to do as much as you can. Try to share the load of magic making with your partner or your kids if they're old enough, or even among your friend group. Who's picking up the candy and how much? If your littles are trick-or-treating, decide on your trick-or-treat route ahead of time. Are you staying in the neighborhood? Are you going to meet friends in another neighborhood with better sidewalks or better candy? Who's going to be responsible for manning your own door for trick-or-treaters? Who's in charge of all things Halloween when it comes to the kids' school? Remember, you shouldn't be the only magic maker in your circle. I know it's hard sometimes to ask others to show up, especially if they're grumpy or busy, but maybe you can share the load. Number 3, go ahead and stock up on candy or other Halloween supplies in your next grocery order or the next time you're grocery shopping. Just don't even worry about it. Just pick up some mixed candy in a bag or whatever treats you like to give away, and don't worry about it anymore. Pick up enough to last you throughout the holiday season. This is one thing that you do not have to worry about. So get the candy off your list. Trust me, it'll last a while and you will thank yourself later, maybe when you need to pull an emergency Reese's peanut butter cup from the pantry. Number 4, tackle costumes in the most gentle way possible. Guys, I have a side story about this Halloween costume thing. So when oh gosh, this was like 10 years ago. No, the twins were little. So it was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. I was invited to go on a speaking tour with Northwestern Mutual and Forbes magazine. Pinch me, I know, it was crazy. But one of the women I spoke with was a very senior vice president for Northwestern Mutual. It's an amazing woman who talked about the load of business, career, and motherhood. And she said this fantastic thing that I've always thought was just brilliant. She said, decide what you care about, kind of like we just talked about. Decide what kind of mom you are, like what you care about, and be really good at that. And don't worry about the other stuff. She said that she loved making homemade birthday cakes for her kids. So she had a son. She said, I love making him a homemade birthday cake. And he looked forward to it every single year, that she would make a mess in the kitchen, make a homemade birthday cake, just like he liked. She'd spend so much time and energy in it. And when Halloween rolled around, they had another tradition. They went to the Walmart. They walked into the Halloween section, and he got to take all the time he needed to pick out his store-bought Halloween costume. And she was like, it was great. He absolutely loved both of those things. One of them took her a lot of time and attention. One of them did not. She was like, I am not a handmade Halloween costume mom. I'm just not. So I'm just not doing it. And I've just stuck that in my pocket over the years and thought, like, I'm going to pick and choose what I'm going to be real good at. And I'm going to like let the rest just like be what they are. So I am a Walmart Halloween costume mom. Well, Amazon actually is where we get ours, but I digress. Okay. Tackle costumes in the most general way possible. I know costumes are a whole thing. I'm in awe of the people who can create a whole ensemble basically from scratch with all the intricate face paints and masks and accessories. It is amazing to me, but I am not that person. Like I said, I am a costume aisle at Walmart kind of a mom, and that is more than okay. So when it comes to costumes, do what works for you. Do you plan yours out for months? Heck yeah, do it. Listen, when Brady was little bitty, our very best friends, his little very best friend, Beckett, lived just down the street in Tampa. And McKay, his mom, she loved sewing and making and conceptualizing and perfecting these like fantastic family Halloween costumes. Like one year they were Jesus, Mary, and Joseph because her husband was Joseph. One year they were Ninja Turtles. One year they were all the characters from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It was fantastic. But meanwhile, I'm rolling up with my Target costumes because that is who I am, and that's fine. So you do you. Do you need to pick up something last minute on Amazon or Spirit Halloween? Then go for it, Mama. Don't worry about it. Do what you need to do to get through the season, and don't forget to take all the pictures.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever find that just as you're trying to fall asleep, your brain suddenly won't stop talking? Hi, my name is Liz and I'm an anxiety survivor. This is 100% me. But it turns out one great way to make those racing thoughts go away is to talk through them. Therapy gives you a place to do just that so you can get out of your negative thought cycles and find some peace. My therapist has been a godsend for me. She's taught me how to ground myself in the moment and remember that I am not my feelings. That is a really hard lesson to remember sometimes, but when I'm in an anxiety spiral and I can remember that I am not my feelings, it actually really does help. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/simplified today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/simplified. My fall has been busy so far. Turns out there are a lot of fun firsts you get to do with the baby during fall, like pumpkin patches and hay rides, and of course, figuring out the best costume for him at Halloween. With everything I've got going on, the absolute last thing I want to do is meal plan and grocery shop. But now I don't have to, thanks to Hungry Root. Hungry Root is the easiest way to get fresh, high-quality food delivered to your door. They've got healthy groceries and simple recipes all in one place. You take a fun, short quiz, and Hungry Root will get to know you, your goals, and how you like to eat. You tell them what flavors you like, and they'll start building your cart for you. You'll get your pick of fresh produce, high-quality meat and seafood, pantry staples, healthy snacks and sweets, and so much more. Right now, I am on a grain bowl kick, so I clicked over to the grain bowl section of the Hungry Root website, and in just a few clicks, I got what I needed for Chipotle turkey and veggie rice bowls, and even a black bean and cheese rice bowl, which I love because I don't have to cook a protein. It was so easy, you guys. So spend less time shopping and cooking and more time enjoying healthy food that you'll actually love with Hungry Root. Right now, Hungry Root is offering our listeners 30% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/simplified to get 30% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/simplified. Don't forget to use our link so they know we sent you. I'm always trying to do right by my body. So when it comes to my hair and scalp health, finding a product that actually works and is made with clean ingredients always seems like such a trade-off. But with Vegamore, I get products that are made with clean ingredients and give me visibly healthy hair. With Vegamore, I can have thicker, fuller, shinier hair, all without the harsh ingredients. This summer, I wore my hair in a ponytail almost every single day, and while I was very happy to have my hair out of my face, my hair decided to reward me by falling out in my brush and shedding just a little too much whenever I got in the shower. So I grabbed a bottle of the Grow Hair Serum, and you guys, it has been a game changer. I've been using it for a couple months, and I can already tell a huge difference in how thick my hair is. There's been so much regrowth already, and I am loving it. So give yourself the hair you never thought you could have with Vegamore. For a limited time, Simplified listeners get 20% off their first order by going to vegamore.com/simplified and use code SIMPLIFIED at checkout. That's vegamore.com/simplified, code SIMPLIFIED to save 20% on your first order. vegamore.com/simplified, code SIMPLIFIED.
Number 5, decorate as much or as little as you want. I have like a lot of feelings on Halloween decorations. I will digress after I explain my point here on decorations. As someone who can easily go from I'll just do a little bit to full on I'm gonna be super extra right now, I know sometimes you feel like decorating means you have to transform your house into a Halloween wonderland. It's especially hard when you find cute stuff when you're out and about or scrolling your feed. But trust me when I say this, sometimes less is more. Actually, a lot of times less is more. You don't have to create the super cool Halloween display in your yard. You don't have to transform your living room into a haunted house. Just pick up a few items that make you smile and bring some whimsy into your home. Maybe you get a fall wreath for your front door or a couple yard decorations and call it a day. This is what I was going to talk about. I never go all out on Halloween decorations inside our house. I don't like the whole scary Halloween decoration thing. I will, however, put a cute ghost or a cute skeleton in my house. That's about as far as I go. I don't like the scary stuff. I usually, like every year, I'll pick out one or two like nice quality items that I feel like I can keep for a while. Like this year, I got a stuffed skeleton who's really cute, and he sits on my little buffet table in our living room. Target, Pottery Barn, like always really great places to look for that. So not so spooky, cloth ghosts, cups, plates, Halloween sheets for the kids' room. I haven't done that yet, but it's cute. I'll link some of my favorites in the show notes. By the way, FYI, all the girls on Team Simplified love their little fireplace bats from Amazon. I'll link those. They're real cute. Number 6, make your party a potluck. Listen, the last thing you need when you're trying to whimsy everything is to worry about a menu. After all, there will be plenty of time later in the holiday season to labor over a menu. So in the spirit of trying to delegate some magic, if you are planning to have a party, make it a potluck. To be honest, this is one of the best times of year to have a potluck because people love to share their fall favorites with other people. Here are a couple potluck ideas. Again, I'll put this in the show notes. Maybe you give dinner a spooky theme. Ask everyone to bring a dish with some spooky flair. This does not have to be elaborate either. Ask someone to bring mummy dogs, aka hot dogs with strips of crescent rolls wrapped around them, or a cheese ball shaped like a pumpkin. Someone could bring mac-o'-lanterns, aka store-bought mac and cheese served in an orange bell pepper with a face cut out of it. Just a few minutes on Pinterest or in the deli section of the grocery store is all your guests need to find a fun treat for everyone. Another idea, have a soup or chili dinner, or even have a cook-off. Is there anything more fall and festive than a soup party? Absolutely not. Plus, after a chilly night of trick-or-treating, coming to a party filled with crock pots of delicious soup and chili is maybe the best way to warm up. Just pick up some crackers, Fritos, cheese, and other toppings, and you are ready to go. And if all else fails, you could even have a dips or casserole meal, because who is ever mad about a dip or a casserole meal? This sounds fantastic, by the way. I think I'm going to have a dip party. Number 7. Y'all are going to roll your eyes at me for this one, but I don't care. Don't forget to take time to enjoy it. This magical time of year only comes around one time. So as much as you can, soak up all the goodness that spooky season has to offer. Watch Hocus Pocus, or It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, or all the fall episodes of Gilmore Girls. I just started this with my twins. It's just so good. Just turn it on. It'll instantly put you in a festive holiday mood. Above all, you guys, just roll with it. If something doesn't happen the way you plan, it's going to be okay. Trust me, there are plenty more opportunities to make memories this holiday season. Happy Halloween, you guys. As we close out this spooky episode, I would like to say a little blessing over you as we leave this time together and get back to our days. As you settle into spooky season, I hope you take time for a little mischief. I hope the kid in you gets a chance to come out and play, like she always did this time of year. I hope you get to see so many smiles on your loved ones' faces and get to experience all the sweetness this Halloween has to offer you. As always, I like to leave a little tip to help you put what we talked about today into practice. So here's your task for this week. I know we are adults and we are more mindful of what we fuel our bodies with than we were when we were kids, but this is your PSA to buy some candy that makes the little kid inside you squeal with joy. Are you a gummy bear girl like me? Did you love Snickers or Hershey bars or even those little weird dots gumdrops? Find some and give them away. It'll make you happier than you realize. Thank you for listening to the Simplified podcast. You can find show notes for this episode at emilylay.com/podcast, where you can check out links and resources I mentioned here. And you can shop the Simplified brand of planners and products. 2024 editions are now available. You can follow me on Instagram at Emily Lay, our brand at Simplified, and my writing over at emilylay.substack.com. You can also pre-order my brand new book, Near in the Night, at your favorite book retailer today. And hey, if you want these kinds of great conversations in your life every week, you should go follow our show. It'll just show up right in your phone. Talk about automated. Till next time, thanks for listening. Bye.